Okay, multimedia students, it's me, Mr. Cheney, and we are going to take you through a teacher-led tutorial on how to complete our latest assignment, which is on Google Classroom, and it is under the Google Apps section, and we're going to be doing something about searching better with Google. We're going to watch these couple of videos here that are attached to the assignment. I'm going to show you this document with additional tips and tricks for Google search. And in class, when we're watching this video, as you're watching this and the two videos that are attached, you're going to try some of these techniques. And two of those techniques you're going to take a screenshot of and attach to this assignment as for a grade. So the first one, when we do a narrow search result by color, which you will see, and then taking a screenshot for when you do a conversion of something. So we will start out with the first video, which is get more out of Google, and then we'll move on to the second video and then see the assignment.
Search engines are not as delicate and cumbersome as they once were. And that's why you shouldn't worry about confusing Google search, because it'll try its best to help you out, even if you give it less than stellar info. And you can improve your search even further by keeping a few things in mind. Whenever you search for something, always keep it simple. Focus on keywords, and be specific to keep results relevant. So, let's say you needed help with a game. You type its name and the part that's giving you trouble. If that search isn't enough, add one or more keywords until you find what you need. You can use complete sentences if you like, but they're not necessary, because Google does fine with just keywords. As you type in the search bar, Google automatically uses a feature called autocomplete, which suggests the most popular results involving your search term. So when you go to search for waterfall, autocomplete will give you plenty of new ideas. You can pick one of them with the mouse or arrow keys, or you can keep typing to get more suggestions. If you want to refine your results, you can use the tools function. Let's say you're searching for images of acoustic guitars, but you only want to see green guitars. After you click Tools, select Color, and then Green to filter the results. In addition to sorting by size or publication date, you can also click on other tabs like News and Videos to sort them in similar ways. If your spelling isn't perfect, don't worry. As long as it's close, Google will try to correct your mistakes. However, if you want to search for an incorrect or unusual spelling, just click the link. Also, most search engines ignore capitalization, punctuation, and grammar, so don't worry about those. Remember, if you make a mistake, that's fine. A single search usually takes less than a second, so search for whatever you want, even if you're not sure you'll get the desired results. Google Search is a tool that's meant to be used as often as you need, and it can handle almost anything you throw at it. Just remember these tips, and you'll be fine.
GCF Global, creating opportunity.
So those are some of the basics. When we were doing Google searches, I wanted to kind of test some of those out and show you one of the techniques you'll use to attach to your assignment. So if I were to go to a google.com window like this, and let's say I go to images, I'm going to look up just like they did. Let's put acoustic guitar. And one thing I want to do before I do the color thing is show you something that we're going to use a lot for pictures in general when we're using them for projects, and it has to do with the tools function again. So when we do projects, we want to have large pixelated pictures, larger pictures so that they don't get pixelated, because when you use a small picture and then you stretch it out, it looks bad on your project. So when we do searches, we generally want to go over here and actually look for medium or large sized pictures so that we can use those in our projects, like when we're putting them onto a slide or something else. And that way we're getting a larger image. So this number right here, 1500 by 604, that's a nice clear picture that we could use for a project. If I didn't use that feature, then when I'm looking at some of these pictures, they might not be as big. Now this has every size in it. So there's an 800 by 800. That would not be in the larger search, but this wouldn't be as good a picture to use as the larger one. So moving on to what they wanted us to do for this project. Again, we're using tools. You go to color and we're going to look for all blue guitars. And there we go, we have a search result for that. And in order for you to use this for your assignment, you can use your snipping tool. And here it is, and you'll do new, and you'll do the whole search like so, and you will save it somewhere on your computer. Let's say you wanted to use desktop, I'll call it blue guitar search Google. That way I'll know what I'm looking for, and then we'll move on. So the second video in our assignment is as follows.
In fact, this search engine has numerous features that can simplify your online experience, and you may not know these easy-to-use tricks even existed till now. For instance, the phrase "near me" can provide all sorts of info. Just type something like "food near me," "coffee near me," or "gas near me," and Google will look for nearby examples. Even a phrase like "cool places near me" works, so don't hesitate to try new ideas. When you need help with math, enter a problem into the search bar, such as 42 divided by 11 or 19 multiplied by 8. You'll get the answer along with the calculator. If geometry is giving you trouble, type "solve" and a shape such as a triangle or rectangle. This will bring up the geometry calculator, from which you can solve for numerous aspects of a shape. You can convert many types of measurement, including distance, temperature, and more. For example, type 5 kilometers to miles or 30 kilograms to pounds to get an instant conversion. You can also use abbreviations to keep your typing to a minimum. For help with language and vocabulary, type "define," then any word to get a definition sourced from the Oxford Dictionary, along with any common synonyms. However, if you need a language translator, simply type "translate," or add a word or phrase to immediately translate it. If you want your local weather, type "weather," or add a place name to get the forecast for almost any place on Earth, from Phoenix to Mount Everest. To find the distance between two places, type a place name. Such as Raleigh to Asheville. If you want driving directions for that route, just click on the directions icon in the corner. Finally, you can track shipments by entering your tracking number, then clicking on your carrier to get all of the details. The hidden features of Google Search can do a lot, and it's likely that its functionality will continue to expand. Whether you want a local weather forecast or need to say something in Spanish, the answer will not be hard to find.
GCF Global.
Okay, so really quickly, just summarizing some of the tools that they used in that video. There's all sorts of cool little things that you can do in search. So if I were to say Starbucks near me, it should show me like the closest one, which is in Big Garden Village. So that's things that you can do, and like in the video, it's a very broad subject, so you can do lots of things when it comes to searching for things that are near you. The calculator, I use this all the time. You can go here or in the search box, and let's say I just wanted to do a simple calculation like 56 times 78. It'll give you the answer and then bring you to the actual calculator part so you can do more calculations. Now they also said that you can do some geometry just by saying, solve for a circle, and it'll help you out that way as well, because they'll give you all the information for actually doing that. And so you put in your radius and you're good to go. Conversions, which we need to know for our assignment. So let's say I wanted to convert cups to gallons, inches to feet, so I might put 2100 inches in, or 2 feet. And it's just going to do the calculation for me. So this is the 2100 inches. It equals 175 feet. If I'm going to copy this for my assignment, I'll do new. I'll see my search parameters right here. I'll see the answer here, and then I can again save. I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to do conversion Google search, and now I have my second file that I can turn into my assignment. So the other things that they showed us were defined. So if you're in any class, not just this, if there's a word that you're not quite sure of, you can actually get a definition from the dictionary by just putting define. And let's do one of these. So define narcissist, and you will get a complete definition, and you can actually click this to get the how it's pronounced, and that's right from like the Oxford Dictionary, which even as an adult I use this sometimes just to make sure that I'm getting clarity on some words. And then translate, so you can translate between languages. You can also do weather, so weather's kind of cool sometimes if I want to know what the weather's like in Melbourne, Florida, where my grandpa is at. I can check that out, or I can just check out what the weather's going to be for the next 10 days here. So let's take a look real quick at the last thing that's an attachment on the assignment, and then I will show you how to turn in what we just did. So here are some things that you can do for even better search. If you use quotation marks for an exact phrase, that you will get that exact phrase. So that's one thing that helps. Excluding words sometimes is a good thing, because if you put in for instance, this one right here, if you put in bass, that could be bass, like bass guitar. So if you put dash and then fishing, it'll take all the results away for bass fishing, and you'll get bass, which is like music stuff. Similar words is something again you could do, or multiple words. So if you wanted to do a search for a vacation in London or Paris, you could use the word or. Numerical ranges you can do. We already went over define. You can look on a certain site by using site before you do your search. Same thing for linked pages. We already went over math, and then conversion we did as well. So just overall some information on how to search better in Google. So now let's turn this thing in. So I'm going to switch over to my student side so I can show you, and that's going to be James. Come on. And I'm going to go into the class. I'm going to go to the class work. I'm going to go to search better with Google. I'm going to view the assignment, and this is where I'm going to add my screenshots that I did. So I'm going to click File. I'm going to browse where I saved them, and I did save them on the desktop in both cases, and I am looking for them now. And there's the conversion one, and I can use the Control key to highlight this one as well. And I'm going to open those at the same time to get both files, or you can do them one at a time if you think that's easier for you. I'm going to make sure they get attached. I'm going to turn it in, and Mr. Cheney is going to be happy because he can grade it, and that will be 100% because I followed the directions. Alright, so that's the end of this tutorial. I will see you in class, and you will see this video attached to this assignment when you go there. See you back in class.